Alright everyone, it's time for one of our new favorite little games here on Retrieving Sanity. And since you're someone who works in some pretty profound and mystical realms, we're playing a segment called Truth, Tune In, or Total Woo. So I'm going to read some statements about energy, intuition, spiritual healing, and you'll let us know if it's the real deal, something worth tuning into and personalizing, or if it belongs in the cosmic junk drawer of woo-woo nonsense. You ready to play?
Absolutely. Bring it up.
Alrighty. Alright, so 1. You can read the Akashic records for your pet.
Absolutely. Because everything around people in your life, that's going to be in your Akashic records.
I love it. Truth. So number 2, energy never lies. If you feel bad around someone, it's because their frequency is toxic.
For you, truth, yes.
Truth?
No, I think it just depends on the intention that you have. You have free will on this planet. Your intentions really hold the strongest thing. So I wouldn't want to discourage anyone from meditating or trying out anything spiritually because your intentions hold everything around you. Just be clear with your intentions and they are very strong.
Okay, so we'll call that one
Yeah.
woo. Gotcha. Alrighty. So then we've got number 4. Everyone has a soul contract that outlines who they'll love and lose before birth.
It's not that everything has to play out like that. So life is giving you little knocks, right?
Yeah.
The purpose is not to fulfill your soul contracts. This is not why you come in. You come in to have your evolution, like you have an agenda. That's what you want to do. There's a purpose. That is what you come for, right? Certain learning points that you want to have. If life gives you the little knock and you hear it, that's great enough. You don't have to go to the bigger lesson. So in that sense, your soul contracts, because every contract is teaching you, every relationship is teaching you as well. And if you could, there's this funny saying, right? Yes, you can break away from a relationship, but you won't be able to run away from yourself. So if you're breaking away from a relationship because the other person was toxic, great. Yes, the other person's toxic. Yes, you're running away from them. Cool. But you've got to do your inner work and you've got to clean up in yourself whatever was attracting that toxicity, because otherwise you will manifest the same person. Similar, different bodies, maybe a little bit different version. The story is a little bit different, but the lesson is the same. And you'll see that with your patterns. You'll see that with your friends. Talk to them about their relationship pattern. There's a pattern. Like, why do all of us keep attracting the same sort of people? But if we learn the lesson, we don't have to have the next one. Like, if we've learned it, we just get on to the next lesson. Then we don't need that contract in that way.
Okay, I love that. We'll mark that one as tune in. Number 5, you can raise your vibration just by drinking alkalized water and thinking good thoughts.
Totally. Well, water, I personally would not be able to give an example there, but it sounds right, but I haven't personally tested it for myself. But good thoughts, definitely, because that's how. So high vibration is around thinking or around gratitude, those good thoughts and stuff. High vibration is literally that. And gratitude is just a cheat to get there. True.
I love it. So definitely truth. Alright, and number 7, you shouldn't read someone else's Akashic records without their permission. It's like psychic trespassing.
True, totally. Truth, like please respect. But it's the same, It's like the same rules apply just because it's the mystical world. It shouldn't be any different, right? Do it, do what you would do in the real world and do what you would have done to you.
Okay, so truth. And I've got a couple of other ones, but I think you've actually answered these in your own explanation. So let's do follow-ups, see if we've actually covered them to your liking. Make sure that we covered them in full, and if you feel like you want to expound on them here in the moment, by all means. So then we've got, have you ever encountered something that felt true but didn't make logical sense?
Lots of times, and that's when I did not believe as much in the energy work. And when I say believe, it's like, when you do those wrong decisions, when you know like this I should not be doing, but you do it because of some reason, and time and again it's been like, you should have listened. And that's when you know you make the wrong choices. Like every single wrong choice that I go and I think back about, there was a voice in my heart that was always telling me, not okay.
Gotcha. How did you get past that point of self-doubt about what you were experiencing with the Akashic records and everything? At the very beginning, I'm sure that there was a lot of, nah, this can't be real, right?
I just played with it a lot. I had people to practice it with as I was doing my course, and that's what I really spent a lot of time doing, like practicing it with other people as well reading. I think my benefit has been that I learned everything through seeing a vision, right? So once you start tuning into it, like that is there. That vision just comes. Like after a while, it's like, okay, this is what I saw. And, there's no taking that away. I did not make that up. But it is trusting yourself. Especially, we are wired to not trust our intuition. We are wired to think about all of this as woo-woo. But the same way as we were talking about collect the happy moments, it is one of those things that start collecting when things work for you, because you've got to train your mind that way. So start collecting when things are working. And I started noticing so for anyone who's new and who's trying out, I would just encourage, go out, talk to your friends. And if you are an intuitive wanting to practice that, do lots of those to develop your confidence, and do it with people who would be really open, because sometimes there can be people there where you are channeling a truth for them, but they're not ready for that truth, or they're still in denial. Maybe they're not even evil, but they are just not there yet. So it's not that they're trying to do anything to you. So you want to have people who are ready to listen, who are ready to meet you where you're at. And that's part of the reason why I do my circles as well, because with my moon meditation circle, that's a visualization circle. So we practice clairvoyance there. Then I have an awakened parenting circle, and that also is a very clairvoyant circle, but you get to engage with other students and you get to practice with them, and it's in the safe place where there is a teacher who's holding space, who's actually really seeing what's happening. But when you do that and you do that a couple of times, and you start realizing you're not faking it. Like it's not any different to, let's say, learning to ride a bike or learning to walk. In the first few times we did it, we fell down. It's the same as trying something like this. Your visions are not going to be inaccurate, but your channel needs to be clear. And once you've got that, it is so truthful. And sometimes you might not make full sense of it, and then it'll come to you later on, because you'll go like, oh, okay, and this is why I need to see this now, because only now I'm ready for this deeper message.
Okay, I love that. That's really, really insightful. Really, really good. Do you think some people lean on spiritual beliefs to avoid doing the hard inner work?
They can. There's an escapism. There can be an escapism with everything. There can be this I'm going through this, and then the loss can become, or whatever growth that they're having, that can become the bigger thing. It's just the same way we say, and I've been in this boat where I've said, I've just been depressed, I don't know what to do. But there can be an essence of us where it sounds very rude, but we sort of like it. We don't want to climb up, because the climb up is so much harder. It seems so different, so difficult, something that we haven't done, which is why I just encourage that go out, find people who will support you, find teachers who will be able to hold the space for you. Find those little bits that will work for you. But you don't need to be in there. You don't need to be in the darkness, because nobody benefits with that. And there's support for you out there.
I'd have to say, that's pretty deep. I'm afraid some people might have got a paper cut from that one, or worse. Just because some people are going to be like, ouch.
I know, it's sad, it hurts, and I hear you, because I've been there. I used to wake up crying, and I used to think my life was gone. And to a lot of extent, I think that I manifested my daughter's loss as well, because I needed that to wake up. So I'm sorry if anyone has a paper cut. I'm really sorry. But then at the same time, I hope nobody else has to go through as much grief, as much pain to be able to learn. You are here on life. It is such an amazing experience that you get to live. It's such an amazing experience that you are a soul who can walk around, who can feel things, who can do things. We think that the other beings are more powerful, but no, we just talked about how you have your free will, your words, your intent are very, very powerful. So you have the ultimate power here, and you're in that position of power. You're really blessed. Seek out people, seek out coaches, seek out teachers who will be able to hold the space for you so that you're able to climb up. But you have this amazing opportunity that there are so many beings, souls who want to come on earth and who want to incarnate. That takes a whole lot of time. So you're so blessed to be here. Recognize that there is light in you. There's a reason why you are here. The world needs your light. So I hope you can find your light.
Yeah. I love that. And I think everyone should be able to find their light, and everyone deserves to be able to find their light.
Yeah, and there's support out there. Like there are coaches who will meet you at your level, who'll do things in ways that suit you. Set that intention out. Go to the universe and say, hey, I need help, and this is what I need. This is the sort of person I need. Again, the law of vibration works. So wherever you are at, you're going to find someone who's exactly in tune there. So you will find that, but have that out. It just starts with that hope. I think where I was saying where people give up is where they give up on hope. Don't give up on hope. Don't give up on living. You're living. You're alive. So don't give up on that. Find the thing, find the strength that you need to move on.
I love that. We did cover a whole lot today, and I've noticed one thing that you've come back to a couple of times. And so after playing our Truth Tune In or Total Woo, and after getting to know you really well, or at least as far as an hour or so can get us to know each other, Retrieving Sanity has decided to bestow upon you the title Mystical Vibes Manager as the Akashic Records and Energy Coach for Retrieving Sanity. So, the Mystical Vibes Manager, thank you for being on the show and playing our Truth Tune In or Total Woo. Where can everyone find you again? It is Art of Life Center, correct?
Yes, artoflifecenter.com, and I have this freebie at artoflifecenter.com/parent. And then if people want to come out and just have a chat or just see what sort of stuff I do, then find me at Kanika Energy Coach on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Instagram. That is Kanika, Kanika Energy Coach. Just as one word, Kanika Energy Coach. And I'll be so happy to be in touch with you and just play, talk, have fun.
Alrighty. Well, it has been an absolute honor and a pleasure. Our new Mystical Vibes Manager, I thank you very much for all of your insight and just your experiences, your insight, your experiences, your profound wisdom. And there was another one that escapes me right now. It starts with an S. Sympathy? Empathy? Synergetic empathy. There we go. I thank you for all of that and just the amount of love that you have for everyone else, because it is apparent that you have a whole bunch to share with the world. So thank you for coming on the show and sharing it here.
Thank you so much, Keegan. That is such an honor. Thank you so much. Because when I started doing this work and till today, my intention always is that whoever is the listener who's listening to this, all the people who are listening even afterwards, that it helps them with something, that it is for their highest good. So thank you. That's my deepest desire, that this is what I bring to the world. So thank you so much for acknowledging that.
Well, we're going to see you on in the future.